Welcome. I invite you to come to a comfortable seat. We are going to start on the chair and then move on to our mats. So I invite you to, you can take your mat out now and roll it out behind your chair, or you can wait until we move to our mats. So, all right, so coming to your chair if you aren't already there, and just taking a moment to arrive in your practice. So you may want to soften your gaze. You can close your eyes. Just take a moment here now to just let go of any other thoughts that might be drawing you away from here, lingering thoughts of maybe what you are coming from or what you need to do next. This time is for you. And so you can anchor yourself in this moment by finding your breath in your body. There might be other sounds that you might be hearing in your space. You might notice any sensations of warmth or coolness on your skin. And just let those sensations or that noticing be part of this practice, because that is also being in the present moment and noticing, and just notice and not attach any thoughts to the notice or any judgment to the notice. Take a moment now to make an intention for your practice. And our theme as we continue together is going to be our foundation. So right now, we might feel the feet on the ground, our connection with our chair on our sit bones. So your foundation, feel that foundation. All right, so let's start to move the body here. Let's go ahead and take the arms out to the sides. Notice your spine. And let's inhale. Let's inhale, raise both arms up. Exhale, release the arms, maybe palms facing the ground. As you inhale, palms raised up towards the sky, reaching up, lengthening through the side body. If the arms come overhead, exhale, float the arms down. So you're moving at your own pace here. Just movement of the arms. Still maintaining that length through the spine. All right, let's start to move the legs now. On the inhale, let's inhale that right knee up. Exhale, float it down. Let's take the left knee up on an inhale and float it down. Let's take the right knee up once again, arms up. Let's go ahead, take the arms into cactus arms, bending the elbows. Take your right knee out to the side. All right, let's go ahead, take the arms and rest the hands down at the knees. So you're coming into like what could be called a wide squat, but you're still seated on your chair. I'm gonna go ahead now and move in a lateral movement for the spine, okay? So let's take the right arm up first on an inhale, arm up, and exhale right over towards the side. Inhale, come up and float the arm down. Left arm comes up. Exhale towards the side. Feel that movement of the spine. Inhale, come up. and exhale, float it down. Inhale, both arms up, and exhale, cactus arms. Inhale, step the leg together. Inhale, so palms come together, legs come together. And then inhale, let's step opposite side now. And rest the arms again on the knees. Let's come into that lateral movement again for the spine. Let's start with the left arm this time. Inhale the arm up. Exhale towards your side. Inhale. And float the arm down. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale towards the side. Inhale and exhale. Let's do that one more time on each side. Inhale, both arms up now. Exhale, cactus arms. And let's bring the legs and the arms together. You're back in the front of your chair. Release the arms. All right, so hands are on your knees, extended. Come off the back of your chair, and movement of the spine now into flexion and extension. So on an inhale, come into your cow pose. Raising your gaze, chin raised, shoulders back. Exhale, tuck your chin under, round through the back. Move with your breath. And the next time you come out of your cat pose, come back to your seated Tadasana. All right. So now we're going to go ahead and just circle the body. We're going to maybe step our feet slightly wider, maybe as wide as your hips if they aren't already. You're off the back of your chair. And you're just going to breathe in towards the left and across, and exhale, round back. So breathing in and exhale, breathe out. Again, as you move in any of these poses, just feel that surface beneath you, supporting you. And then when you're ready, just come back to stillness, come back to your Tadasana. And then circle the opposite direction. Breathing in, forward and across, out, exhale and back. And when you're ready, come back to your seated Tadasana, to stillness. Okay, so now let's go ahead and transition to our mat. So you can come up off your chair. You might pause if you need to take your mat out and lay it out. I'm going to go ahead and move my chair so you can see. I'll move it here off to the side. All right, so we're going to come onto your mat. If you don't have a mat, you can always just take a towel, place your towel on the ground, just so you have something comfortable to lie on or to lay on. Let's go ahead and come down to the mat. So you can use your chair to come down to the mat if you need assistance with your chair. So you can go ahead and reach to the seat of your chair and then come down to your mat, one leg at a time, and then move your hands to the mat. So we're going to go ahead and come into what is called tabletop. So your knees are under your hips, your wrists are under your shoulders. So you can have the palms down here. If this is too much for your wrists, you can change your hands into fists. You can have fists, or you can even fold your mat and rest your hands on the folded mat. And this goes also for your knees. If you need to have a towel or a cushion, something to pad the knees, go ahead and do that now. I can show you. I have here a scarf. You can take a scarf, you could take a pillow, you can take a towel, just roll it up or fold it as thick as is going to be comfortable for you, and then just rest your knees on that surface. All right, so you're in what is called tabletop, and we're gonna come into our cat and cow pose that we've been practicing on our chair. So on an inhale, you're going to raise your chin up towards the sky. Your gaze can look up, and you might notice here a arch in the lower back. So this is a flexion for your spine. Oh, excuse me, extension rather for your spine. We're in extension. And then as you exhale, you're going to tuck your chin under, round through the upper back like a cat. So inhaling and exhaling. Extension and flexion. Feel that foundation beneath you. And as you notice the movement of your body, after your next exhale, inhale and just come back into your tabletop. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and do what we did on our chair. We're going to come into those hip circles. So you're going to inhale, move to the right, exhale, round back. So move with your breath here and just circle your hips in one direction. You can move at your own speed. Just really feel again that foundation beneath you as the body moves. Just encouraging the movement of the in your hips. And then come back to your tabletop. And then circle in the opposite direction. Move with your breath, inhaling and exhaling. And once again, come back to stillness when you're ready, if you haven't already. And then we can come into what is called child's pose. Child's pose, you're going to sit your hips back as far as is comfortable. You could keep your arms extended here. You can take your forehead and you can rest it either on your mat. If you have a block or a pillow, again, you can go ahead and rest your forehead on a surface, bringing that surface up to you. So you can have the arms extended, resting your forehead
on a block, on a pillow. You can even take your knees as wide as your mat, to the edges of your mat, to create a little bit more space, if that is going to be helpful for coming into your version of child's pose. And as you come into this pose again, I just invite you to just feel that surface beneath you, but also notice your breath in your body. As you breathe in, maybe you feel your breath in your back body. And as you exhale, sinking into the mat, just allowing your body to release. And then when you're ready, go ahead, you can raise the forehead. If your pillow's there, you can move that aside, or a block's there. Come back to your tabletop. We're going to come into a stretch. It's going to be another forward fold, similar to the child's pose, but this is called thread the needle. This is going to be a stretch for the shoulder. Okay, so how this is going to start is we're going to start by inhaling. Let's inhale, raise the left arm up. And as you exhale, take your arm. The left arm is going to thread through that right side, through between the right arm and the right leg. And you're going to go ahead and turn your head into the right. Turn your head to the right, resting your head on your mat, or maybe you take another pillow or a block and you rest your head on the block or a pillow. So this is called thread the needle. You'll notice here, again, the surface beneath you supporting your body, supporting your head, and also noticing here also the stretch through the shoulder. Holding this pose as best you can. Two more breaths. And as you're ready, on an exhale, press through the palm of the right arm. And then coming upright, take your left palm to the mat, back in your tabletop pose. And you can choose here also now to go ahead and sit back into child's pose. When you're ready, on an inhale, come back to your tabletop, and we'll go ahead and come into thread the needle on the opposite side. So from your tabletop, you're going to take the right arm up on an inhale and exhale, taking it between the left arm and the leg, coming to rest your head on your mat, on a pillow, or on a block. One last breath. On an exhale, push through the left palm. Take the right palm back to your mat. And if you choose to, you can sit back, come back into a child's pose. Arms could be extended here, and just once again, just come into this child's pose and feeling your breath in your body. On an inhale, come back to your tabletop, and then let's come up to onto our knees.
So you could come up onto your knees. You can even go ahead and rotate your body so then you can have that chair next to you as needed. And we're going to come into a stretch for the side body. Let's go ahead. I'm going to actually take my chair and I'm going to orient it in front of me. Okay. So you may want to have the chair in front of you instead of beside you, because we're going to come into what's called our gate pose. So this is a stretch for the side body from our knees. And again, you could be on a towel or a pillow. We're going to take the left leg out to the side. And the right arm is going to move dynamically here. So your left leg's out to the side, and then your right knee's still on your mat. Inhale that right arm up and exhale it towards the left. Inhale, raise the arm overhead, and exhale, float down. So it's very similar to what we did in our seated practice. Inhale and exhale towards the opposite direction. So you're moving it at your own pace with your breath, inhaling and exhaling towards the opposite direction, inhaling overhead and exhaling, floating down. And so the next time your arm is at your side, we're just going to pause for a moment as we transition to hold our pose now. So as you're ready, on an inhale, inhale the arm up, right arm up. Exhale the right arm towards the left. Hold this pose. Soften your shoulder away from your ear. Breathe into that right side of the body. On an inhale, the arm can come up overhead again. Exhale, float the arm down. Take that left knee to the mat. And when you're ready, you can take the right leg out to the side. And you may need to adjust your chair if you need to have your hand rest on the chair for support. If not, you could have just the right arm resting on your thigh. The left arm comes up now as you inhale and exhale towards the right. So you're moving dynamically. Even though we're moving dynamically here in our upper body, we just are mindful again just of our foundation, that surface beneath us supporting us. And then the next time your arm is at your side, Just pause for a moment again as we transition to holding this pose. And as you're ready, on an inhale, inhale the arm up. Exhale over towards the right. Holding this pose as best you can. Breathe into that left side of the body. Soften your shoulder away from the ear. On an inhale, inhale, arm overhead, and exhale, float the arm down. Let's take that right knee back to your mat. And you can go ahead, orient your body back towards the mat. Come down onto the tabletop to start and sit back once again. Find your child's pose. We're going to do what is called our Brahmari breath. Our Brahmari breath is inhaling through the nose and exhaling with the mouth closed, kind of like a humming, not a hummingbird, but a bumblebee. We're going to make a buzzing sound, okay? So we're inhaling through the nose. So making that buzzing sound for your full exhale. All right, so I like to do this, and I invite you to do this in our child's pose. So again, our child's pose, you can take the knees as wide as your mat, your toes underneath you or behind you. They could be touching, and take your arms and you can extend them in front of you. Take a pillow or a block under the head to support the head, or the head could be directly on your mat or on your towel on the surface of the ground. So feel this connection with the surface of the ground, and we're going to come into 3 Brahmari breaths. So as you exhale completely, making that buzzing sound, just go immediately into your next inhale and exhale completely that buzzing sound until you've completed 3 breaths, and then just come into silence. So inhaling when you're ready. And just allowing your body to just feel the vibration of that breath. And when you're ready, on an inhale, you can inhale, come back upright to your tabletop. Maybe you bring your knees slightly together if they were out towards the edges of your mat. And now we're going to transition to our backs. And so how we can do this is you can take your hips from your tabletop and rest your hips onto the right. So come to rest on the right side. And then you can go ahead and take your legs out from underneath you, extend them. And then we're going to make our way onto our backs. So go ahead and come to rest on your back.
And as you come onto your back, you may want to put a pillow underneath the head if that feels going to make you feel more comfortable. And on an inhale, let's inhale both knees to the chest. Of our torso. So I just invite you now to inhale the knees and exhale the rotating the knees in a circle. And then come back to can rotate knees. Lifting the legs, extend the legs, and on an inhale, let's inhale the arms up overhead. So you can visualize here your body, you're in the shape of the letter I. And if you're on your mat, you're most likely in the center of your mat or of your towel. And let's go ahead and come in one more time to stretch for the side body, lateral movement of the spine. Walk your feet over towards the right corner of your mat or the right side of your mat. And take your arms also over towards the right top corner of your mat. So imagine here that you're coming into this crescent shape or like a banana shape now. So as best you can, hold this pose, and you're going to breathe once again into that left side of your body. One last breath. And then taking the feet back to the center and the arms overhead. Start to make your way now to the left side of your mat, the left bottom corner and left top corner for the arms. Again, you're in this crescent shape. You feel lengthening, a stretch through the right side of the body now. Just invite you to breathe into that right side. And when you're ready, if you haven't already come out of your pose, take your feet back to the center, arms can come back to neutral, and exhale the arms at your sides. Let's go ahead and just settle in here into this final pose. This is your Shavasana pose. So as you come into this final pose, just allow your body to just fully relax and release into the surface beneath you. Imagine with every exhale, you're just letting your body go. And as you're ready, just bring your awareness back to your body. Wiggle the toes and the fingers. You can gently move your head from side to side. And taking the left arm or the right arm, whatever side feels more comfortable to you, just bringing that arm up to the side, up towards your ear. And you can roll onto your left side. So you could bend one or both knees, and you can start to move the knees from side to side. And then as you're ready, you can roll onto your left or your right side. So your palms are on the ground here, and you can press the body back up. So come up to a seated posture and make your way back up to your chair when you're ready. And I just want to thank you for your practice today, and just wishing you well for the rest of your week. And know that that foundation, there's that foundation beneath you, and that ground of being within you, which is your foundation that actually never changes, that part of you that never changes despite what happens in your day, that you are created in love, for love, and to be loved, and that you are beloved, and finding peace, joy, comfort, and knowing that truth, that foundation of who you are. So wishing you well, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks so much.